Hey guys, it's Rolly here, and here we're gonna do what Naruto was a girl and had dun 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 gravity manipulation. So let's begin. So everything from the Ninetales attack and whatsoever would still be the same as in canon. Nothing would really change, and sadly Minato and Kushina would still be dying. Hiruzen would still fight Naruto and the Seal, and yeah. The thing will happen, and 4 years, and growing up, Naruto was a pretty intelligent child for her age. She reads a lot of books and whatsoever. When Rusen saw this, he thought that maybe she was like another Minato. But he didn't really pay that much mind to it, so he let her in the apartment. So Naruto began going to the library every day, and she learned a lot of stuff, and she's really talented. A year later, her smartness or her IQ could rival one of the smartest Naras. And when she learned a lot of things, but except chakra control. For some reason, she was bad at it. So she gone to Hiruzen and asked what was wrong with her chakra control. And Hiruzen would say that it must be the seal, and Hiruzen would loosen her seal up, and yeah. Naruto is now free from the seal. Not free from the seal, but she actually got better. She walked down the walls in the Hokage's office, and Naruto said thank you to Hokage, and Naruto came up to him and said, Lord Third, I've been wondering something for a long time, and I was hoping you can answer this, quite honestly, if you don't mind. As Hiruzen would say, sure. As Naruto would say, is it true that the fourth Hokage sealed the nine-tailed fox inside of me? And Hiruzen would say, how did you know? And in this one, Naruto actually inherits some of Minato's genius. She copied a bit more Minato than Kushina. So yeah. Naruto would say, well, every time I get those stairs, people were whispering about the demon fox and whatsoever. So I dig a little bit deeper, and I found out that the seal that was on me was the Reaper Death Seal. Used to seal a lot of things. And yeah. And the villagers keep on whispering and telling their children to stay away from me, and that's it. I figured I was a Jinchuriki, so am I? As the results say, yes, you are a Jinchuriki, Naruto. And your father was a great man, but I won't tell you about him until you become a Chunin, okay? As Naruto would agree to this and say, thank you, Hokage-sama. As Naruto would say, also, Lord Third, I've been experiencing weird appearances around. Every time I get a bit frustrated, things start to move around and whatsoever. As Hiruzen would say, really? Could you show me how? Naruto would say, yeah, I've been testing my powers out for a little while, but I can only move a small glass, that's it. As Hiruzen would say, okay, try to move it. So he would give a glass to Naruto, and Naruto would move it, and Hiruzen would say that was quite impressive, and if you could train this power of yours, you could be a really good asset to the leaf. As Naruto would agree, and yeah. Naruto would be training and studying and being her normal self for about 2 years. She has now controlled her gravity manipulation whatsoever. And it was almost time for her to go to the academy. And guys, I don't really know what's the ship for this one. You guys can choose between Shikamaru, Sasuke, and Gaara. So yeah, I'm having trouble picking the ship, so yeah. And Naruto would be wearing this. Yeah, this. This is what Naruto would be wearing. He has gone back into gacha and whatsoever. Naruto would have highlights of Kushina's hair and would have kind of like Minato's bangs, but in a little bit messier fashion. And she'll wear something that would resemble Minato's old little, old little hoodie. So yeah. So she'll wear like something like this, but without the getting headband. So yeah. When she gets older. So yeah. For now so yeah. Naruto doesn't really act like a girl, but moreover she acts like a boy sometimes because she just thought that it's not really, because she just thought to herself that why are girls always trying to be rescued? Because she realized that the girls around her don't really act as she does. She kind of acts like Mulan in this one, to be honest. I don't know. Naruto would be... So when Naruto went to the academy, she sat in the front seat, and yeah. No. Let's say that she's been training for a few years and now she's 9. She's now 9 and she's now going to start the academy, and everyone else started when they were 8. So yeah. Ruka said that they will now have a new transfer student, and here she comes. Naruto would wear this. Okay? So let's go. Naruto would come up to in the class and say, "Hello, I am Naruto Uzumaki. My chakra natures are lightning, wind, and fire, and yeah, that's basically it." As she would go to her seat, as the teacher would tell her to, she'd go to a seat, and she'll notice that a lot of girls were fangirling about this one boy. She was sitting next to Shikamaru, and she would say, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm Naruto. As Shikamaru would say, I'm Shikamaru Nara. And yes, I know you're Naruto because of what parents told me about you. As Naruto would say, "Oh, I'm sorry. And I have a question." As Shikamaru would say, "Fine, go along. This is going to be troublesome," as he thought. Naruto would say, "So, who's that guy over there? I don't know why he's being fanboyed or fangirled or being covered up by girls." And Shikamaru would say, "Oh, him? He's the top of the class. His name is Uchiha Sasuke. He has a ton of fangirls just because, I don't know. I bet most of the girls are just there because they want to be with Sasuke or whatever." As Naruto would say, that's really dumb. As Shikamaru would say, "Yeah, it's just a drag." As Naruto and Shikamaru be friends after that. Shikamaru and Naruto share the same smarts, and Naruto always tries her best in the academy, unlike Shikamaru, because Shikamaru thought it was just troublesome. Naruto would excel in the academics really good, better than Sakura. A week passed, and she's now considered the genius of the class. The girls would get a little mad at Naruto because she was a little better than Sasuke in academics. And now Iruka told them about was teaching them kunai throwing and shuriken throwing. Naruto and Sasuke and everyone would pay attention, and Naruto wouldn't really pay that much attention to since she already knows this. When Ruka told them about everything, Ruka saw that Naruto wasn't really paying attention. And the teacher said, "Okay, Naruto, you seem to..." Ruka said, "Okay, alright, Naruto, you seem to not be paying attention. Do you know it? Do you know how to throw a kunai?" As Naruto would say, "Yes, Ruka-sensei." As Ruka would say, "Okay, here." As he would give her some kunais and shuriken, Ruka would say, "Come on, throw it." As Naruto would close her eyes and spin, and all of them would shoot all in the same targets. All in a bullseye. People were impressed except for Sasuke's fangirls because the fangirls would say that she cheated, she's not better than Sasuke, and Sakura would say, Sasuke could do better than that. As Naruto would say, Shikamaru was right. You are troublesome. You are very, very troublesome. And Sakura would look at Shikamaru and with a death glare, and Shikamaru wouldn't really mind this. Then Sakura would say, "Oh really? We're gonna do it, tomboy." As the drama would begin, and Naruto would say, I'm here for the reason. The only reason that you're here is because you want to be closer to your Sasuke." As everyone would gasp, and Naruto would say, seriously, most of you girls here are just because you want to be closer to Sasuke. Sasuke this, Sasuke that. What? We're supposed to be trained shinobi, and you're here around minding to be Sasuke's girlfriend or whatever. This is right. This is pretty troublesome. As should go. Sakura was really angry and tried to punch Naruto, and Naruto just caught the punch and just flinged her over, and she landed on her back. So yeah. Naruto would say, "Oh no! Do you need a prince to save you? Oh no, I'm so scared." And Sakura would say, "You're mean." As Naruto would say, "And you're helpless." As Naruto would go back to her seat. Let me explain Naruto's personality. She's a bit lazy because of Shikamaru's influence, but she's not afraid to stand her ground. She doesn't really try her best at the academy, but she still gets the highest marks. Naruto is also really good at fighting, and she also inherited Minato's speed, and she also knows the Uzumaki seals and whatsoever. She also unlocked the Uzumaki chakra chains. It comes out from both her back and her hands. So yeah, let's continue. Naruto would go and sit back next to Shikamaru. Shikamaru would say, "Geez, that's so much attention, don't you think, Naruto?" Oh yeah, Naruto still saves Hinata, so yeah. Shikamaru would say, Naruto, did you just notice that you've drawn a lot of attention to yourself to the Sasuke Fangirl Club? And this is going to be such a drag." As Naruto would say, "To be honest, I kind of agree with you. Now Sasuke Fangirls are going to go after me just because I just told the truth." As Shikamaru would choke a little and leave a little chuckle. Shikamaru would say, well, good luck with that. As they'll go. So, a few years would pass with another week would pass and Naruto would say, okay class, it's time for spars. As people were excited, the spars would begin and yeah. Naruto was paired up with a bunch of girls and Naruto just face bombed. Jeez. I know you guys I'm quite offended here. You think I'm as weak as these girls. Trust me, I don't need my own Prince Charming to be after me. I should just go body the girls. She'll just slam them into walls. Just dodge all their attacks, and when they're tired, she strikes. Her fighting style is really, how should I say it? What's the word? Acrobatic. Her fighting style is really acrobatic, and she's for her and Minato's, speed. But she's not that fast, but she's quite fast. She didn't really want to reveal her so there's only a few people who know that she has gravity manipulation. Like Hiruzen, Kakashi, and Shikamaru so far, and Choji. So yeah. And yes, Naruto has some of Kushina's hair, but they're like highlights. So yeah. And then it was time for Sasuke versus Naruto. The Sasuke Fangirl Club was cheering on Sasuke while Naruto accidentally made her own fan club. A few boys have a crush on her, so yeah. When it was the first thing that would begin, Sasuke tried to do a fireball jutsu. Naruto just body flickered away and tried to punch Sasuke. Sasuke tried to dodge, but it hurt. Because Naruto's actually using a bit more force with gravity. Just like Yaya in the show Boy, she can absorb the gravity in her hand and then take it out with a really fast. That leads to super strength of some sort. So yeah. Sasuke got sent back. And yeah. Sasuke still has his little ego and he would say, a little girl can't beat me. As you see, Naruto is still short, as always. So yeah. Naruto would say, oh no, what are you gonna do? Do another fireball jutsu? Oh, are you going to beat me up with your Sharingan? Oh no, I forgot, you don't have it yet. So stop acting that you're an Uchiha elite. You don't even have your Sharingan yet. And I'm barely even trying here. And you still can't beat me? That's a shame. The great Uchiha prodigy is just getting beat up by a little girl. How would people feel about that? I should try, and then Sasuke and Naruto would fight with Taijutsu. That isn't really working because Naruto's pretty great at it. Not to brag, but Naruto's really great at it. So, Sasuke, you're done for. As Naruto would beat Sasuke up pretty badly, and Sasuke would jump back, and Naruto would say that's enough, and Naruto would say that's enough. The match calls into the match would be Naruto's because Sasuke looks like that he can't really continue. The Sasuke Fangirl Club would say, no, she cheated. As Haruka would say, the ninja world isn't really that fair to be honest. The ninja world is never fair. So, You have to cheat sometimes. And even if we don't cheat, even if Naruto didn't even cheat or do any tricks. I saw her with her full power, and it's quite scary, to be honest. And plus, she's probably what? Using one, she's barely even trying against Sasuke. As the girls would say, how would you know? As Haruka would say, I got informed by the Hokage. As the girls would shut up. Because they know not to disrespect Hokage-sama's orders. So Naruto's a bit, has Kushina in it. She wouldn't inherit Minato's smartness. She'll also have Kushina's, she has some Kushina in her. Naruto believes that she doesn't need a boy for protection, for protection, and her goal is to, and her goal, how should I say this? She's pretty much a female Mulan. So yeah. Shikamaru and Naruto would train and be stronger. Shikamaru would also gain a little crush on Naruto. He finds her interesting, and yeah. And another thing, and I keep on asking, who should be the ship for this one, because I don't even know myself. So you guys go choose the ship for whatever you want, and I'll stick with mine. So let's continue. Naruto would still be, her original Naruto, and Shikamaru is stronger than his canon self, and he's a bit less lazy. That doesn't mean he's not lazy, but he still has a bit lazy in him. So yeah. Years would go by, and Naruto would always be at the top. And Shikamaru at least being in third. And Choji also improving, so he's going to be in sixth. So yeah, and Hinata got inspired by Naruto, so she decided to train more. So yeah. Naruto won't really reveal her Kika Genkai, which is gravity manipulation, so yeah. And by this time, Naruto already know about her parents because she's above Jonin level, to be honest. She's high tier Jonin level. So let's continue with this. Naruto keep on, excelling in the academy, and yeah. Sasuke was pretty mad at Naruto, and he works harder because he doesn't want a girl to surpass him. As one day, let's go to Sasuke's perspective. The king of emos. Sasuke would be training really hard, and Fugaku would ask, and Sasuke has already unlocked his Sharingan, which is Tutomoe. Fugaku would ask Sasuke why was he training so hard. Sasuke would say, I can't beat this girl. I can't. For some reason, she's on being better than me. Fugaku would say, so, who's the girl? Sasuke would say, Naruto Uzumaki. People say that she doesn't even use her full power on me, and I want to see her in her full power. As Fugaku would say, I've heard about her. She's called the genius in her school, right? Sasuke would nod, saying, "Yeah, she is the genius. She she's called that. I don't know why. She doesn't look that smart." As Wagak would say, "Oh, I've heard." So it's kind of true, though. To be honest, Naruto's really smart, and I've been seeing your sparring matches with Naruto lately, and to be honest, it was pretty obvious that Naruto was holding back. She was holding back a lot. If she was an Uzumaki, she'll already have her chakra changed by now if she keeps on beating you, even though you're training this hard. And plus, but don't worry, son. You'll be stronger than her one day. Fugaku, acknowledges Sasuke. Now, as Sasuke would say, "Okay, fine." As Fugaku left to do some council work, he would go to Itachi. Sasuke would say, Nichan, can you please train me? I wanted to." As Itachi would say again, "Okay, but you have to answer this question. Why do you train so hard? Is there a goal that you want to Is there a goal that you would like to achieve?" Sasuke would say, Yeah, I do. I want to beat this girl in my class." As Itachi would let a giggle, and Sasuke would say, "It's not funny, Nisan." Itachi would say, "Okay, so who's the girl that keeps on beating you?" Sasuke would say, "Naruto Uzumaki." Itachi would say, "Oh, the genius of the leaf?" "Yeah, heard of her pretty much." The girls, to be honest, I don't really know what her weakness is either. Sure, she has some flaws, but she's quite strong for her age. As Sasuke would say, "Nisan, can you at least please train me?" As Itachi would say, "Sure." As Itachi would train Sasuke and whatsoever, and let's go back to Naruto's perspective. Naruto has built herself a little friend group. This includes Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino. I mean, the reason why Ino's in her friend group because, Ino helped Sakura with her being insecure about her forehead, so why wouldn't Ino just be with Naruto and help her? Sure, Ino doesn't spend that much time with Naruto because she doesn't want her dear Sasuke to be, with her. Find out that she hangs out with her. One day, Naruto was roaming around, and she. Okay, so this is what Naruto is going to look like now. Her outfit's going to change slightly. So she's going to have a scarf, and yeah, she's belt is changed, and her sleeves she rolls up her sleeves. So yeah. Maybe not. She'll look like that sometimes. Now let's continue. So now let's go. A few more days. So yeah. Naruto, last we left off was... Sorry for the cut, guys. Let's go. Oops, sorry. There's a little group from Discord. So Naruto would come up to Ino and ask Ino, as Ino would say, "No, Naruto, can we go to a more secluded area?" As Naruto would agree, yeah. As they go to a little more secluded area, and Naruto would ask, "So Ino, what is your main goal, and why did you want to become a ninja?" As Ino would say, "To impress Sasuke and be with him, of course." As Naruto would sigh, Ino, what I meant is a proper goal. only reason that you became a ninja? Was that the only reason that you want to become a ninja? Just to earn Sasuke's heart? We may... Becoming a ninja is pretty big. And if we die, we die. The ninja world is really harsh. And if you're becoming a ninja just to become the love of Sasuke's life, that's silly and immature. Worst of all, that's one of the worst goals I've ever. That's a really bad. I'm sorry for saying this, Ino, but that's a really stupid goal. It's a really dumb goal to be, and a dumb reason why you want to become a ninja. What if we were in a war like our parents were? What will you do then? As Ino would, and Naruto would leave saying, think about it. As she would leave, Ino would think about and realize Naruto was right. Earning Sasuke's love was a really dumb reason. As she would realize this, and she thought to herself that maybe Naruto was right. I should become a proper ninja. Now, also, yeah. That's Naruto. Now let's continue. A few more years later, it's time for the graduation exam. Let's start. So, the first part of the graduation exam was the shuriken throwing test. Or Naruto would close her eyes and throw one kunai and say Shao Shuriken Jutsu. Shao Kunai Jutsu. She would grab all shuriken and say Shao Shuriken Jutsu, as all the shurikens would hit their targets in a bullseye. The next was kunai, and Naruto would just get all the kunai and then throw it all, and with her eyes closed, and yeah. It'll basically, it'll all hit. People were impressed, and yeah. The next was the next ones were the the clone jutsu. Naruto with her Mansamala chakra would do the Shao clone jutsu. Everyone was impressed. The next one was the transformation jutsu. Naruto transformed into Kushina Uzumaki and the fourth Hokage, as they'll approve. So yeah. Naruto would basically pass the exams and she'll be on the top score. When they're announcing the Rookie of the Year, it would be Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. And Ruza would say the Rookie of the Year is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. As the people there were shocked. Ruza would say, Naruto, since you are really strong now and you can now be protected in some way. You can now protect yourself, and now the secret is finally revealed. Naruto is the daughter of the fourth Hokage and Kushina Uzumaki, the Red Death of the Leaf. As they were all shocked. Afterwards, the girls would feel bad because people were shocked, and Sasuke was too. He would remember something that his mom said. Sasuke was really shocked because Mikoto would already told Sasuke that Naruto was the fourth Hokage's daughter. And she knows this because her best friend, which is she was friends with Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto's mom. As they were all shocked and whatsoever, except for Shikamaru, Choji, of course. So yeah, the teams were picked. Team 7, Sasuke Uchiha, Shikamaru Nara, and the girls were hoping to be in a team with Sasuke Uchiha because they know that in a team there should be there should be one kunoichi each sometimes. Mostly it's one kunoichi each. So when the final name was said, it was Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. The girls were pretty mad at Naruto. Then again, she's the 4th Hokage's daughter. And she lives with the 3rd Hokage. What do you expect? To hate her? She's about low Kage level by now. I mean, mid Kage level by now. Naruto and Kurama have a pretty good bond. So yeah. So yeah. That's basically it for what if Naruto was a girl and had gravity manipulation. So that's basically it. So let's continue. Now, so the first things first we'll do. So the next day, Naruto would inform our team that Kakashi, Hatake is there. After that, all the teams would be picked up except for Team 7. Naruto would say, let's just get out of here. And Sasuke would say, no. Naruto would say, well, it's your problem. Hey Shikamaru, I wasn't even talking to you. And plus, Kakashi Sensei is going to be late anyways. And Shikamaru would say, yep, I'm following now. Yep, I agree. Kakashi Hatake is well known for being late also. Let's go. And Shikamaru and Naruto would hang out, and 2 hours later, they would come back and they would see Sasuke laying on his desk, still waiting, as Naruto would say, seriously, Sasuke? You really don't know how to listen because of your big old ego. And I'm sorry that your ego just got snatched. Because a lot of people that you got surpassed by the laziest person in the school, and 2, by a little girl. As they would both now sit down, and Naruto would still pull off the prank. And Sasuke would try to tell her that, would say that Kakashi is a Jonin and he will not fall for that. And Naruto would say, to be honest, I would be willing to know if he'll give it a try. As Sasuke would come, as Kakashi would come and the dust from the, thing would fall and Kakashi's hair would get dusted. As Momo was really laughing, and Naruto decided to keep it in, but on the inside she was laughing. And then, when Kakashi stepped somewhere, and yeah, Kakashi basically just got in a trap, and Naruto just get a rope that Shikamaru had, that Naruto had, and she just tie Kakashi up really, really well. It was pretty tight. And yeah, Kakashi would say, Naruto, So this is my gunning team. So this is my team. So my first impression is you're pretty and most of you are interesting except for all of you are interesting except for the Uchiha guy. As Naruto would say, "Oh, you mean the King of Emos?" As Kakashi would level cough and chuckle because Kakashi would say, "Yeah, the King of Emos," and the Uchiha massacre would still happen, and yeah, as they would all introduce themselves. So Sasuke says about his dreams and what he wants and whatsoever. Kakashi would go to Shikamaru and he would say that his likes, his dislikes, and whatsoever. I don't know what Shikamaru says. So yeah. Next was Naruto. Naruto would say that her dream is to become a. She would say, "Hi, my name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. I like ramen, training, and reading. My dislikes are my dislikes are arrogant people and bullies." Next thing is my goals. None of your concern, but one of them is to show that I'm not some defenseless little girl. Which is sort of proved. So yeah. Let's go. Naruto would say, "And for my dreams, that's also none of your concern. As for abilities, I have a Kekagenkai, which is gravity manipulation." So that's basically it. And yeah. Kakashi would say, "Very good, you are all interesting and unique." In Kakashi's mind, he would say, "Phew, finally, not a kunoichi that actually has a goal." Kakashi actually tried with a lot of teams, but they all failed, and yeah. And he had heard from all the other team leaders that most of their dreams is to be with Sasuke, and Kakashi is actually fine with this team because at least one, he has the daughter of his sensei in his team that is actually independent and is actually really strong. Second, he has Shikamaru Nara, one of the smartest people, one of the smartest people in class. And yeah. He just sees that Sasuke just needs to be a little more sociable. Sophie. Oh, crud. What? Can you be quiet? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the cut, guys. Now let's continue. So, yeah. Kakashi would say that they have to go tomorrow for the bell test. And don't eat your food or else you're gonna puke. Obviously, Naruto would know it's a lie and would would tell her team, and Sasuke would say that maybe she's trying to sabotage him. As Naruto would say, fine, I'm going. As everyone would meet up, and the Hokage would summon the Jonin team leaders. They would ask, the Hokage would ask how were their teams. Asuma and Kurenai would say whatever, and Asuma would say that his team is pretty weak. They can't even, and that girl, her goal is legit to be with Sasuke, or is to be with someone. As Kurenai would say, that's one of the things. I don't know. That's one of the things one of my team said. One of the girls on my team said. As they would look at Kakashi. Kakashi would say, nope. My team is perfect. Naruto doesn't even care about, Naruto doesn't even care about Sasuke. And I'm proud of that. And Shikamaru is quite strong. His goals are pretty interesting. Sasuke kinda needs to socialize more. And Naruto gave him a nickname. As Asuma would say, what is it, bae? As Kakashi would say, no. It's actually the king of emos. As Kurenai yeah. You get what I'm doing. As Kurenai would cough a little and laugh. And Kurenai would, I don't know who are the other joining team leaders, so let's say Kurenai is there. I don't even know. Let's say, and Asuma would say, to be honest, that nickname sort of fits him. I mean, he is all emo and stuff. As the other teams would agree, the team leaders would agree and whatsoever. So let's go to the belt test. Naruto, Shikamaru, and Sasuke would go, and Naruto and Shikamaru ate, and they were just taking advantage of Kakashi being always late all the time. And Naruto doesn't really live in that small apartment anymore because she does a lot of missions for the Hokage. Mostly B and A rank nowadays. Okay? So she's pretty stacked and she can pay her own bills. She lives in the house that Minato and Kushina gave her, and Naruto also inherits her parents' money. So yeah. So Kakashi would enter at the same time as a few minutes before Shikamaru and Naruto. They'll see Sasuke starving, and yeah. Naruto saying, "Aw, is the King of Evils hungry?" And Sasuke would say, "No," as his stomach would grumble. As Naruto would say, "Try to tell you." As Sasuke would just scoff. So let's continue. Sasuke would be, now let's go. They would meet him in the training grounds, and Kashi would tell them about the test and whatsoever. Naruto would immediately see that's a thing of teamwork, and they would go. When the bell test started, everyone decided to hide in the bushes, and Naruto already knows the flying Raijin. And she'll teleport to Shikamaru and say, okay, so this test is about teamwork. And for us to pass, we have to get the King of Emos to join and help us. As she might say, oh, well, that's going to be really troublesome. That's going to be very troublesome. So Naruto would say, agreed. I mean, how is he going to help us? I mean, how is he going to work with us? Shikamaru will just shrug his shoulders and they'll just go. Naruto would just, flying Raijin to Sasuke because she put a mark on him without him knowing, and she'll say, okay, alright. So Sasuke, we need to work together. We need to work together in this test. So if you don't mind, please get your ego off yourself, and we have to work together. And Sasuke would say, no, I'm not working with you. I can get these by myself. And Sasuke would charge at Kakashi, and everything in canon would play out in Sasuke. Sasuke would still be on a headhunter jutsu, and Naruto and Shikamaru would work together, and first Shikamaru would do the Shell Possession Jutsu, and when they decided to take advantage of Sasuke, and Shikamaru would do the Shell Possession Jutsu on Kakashi. When Kakashi was stuck there for a couple of seconds, but this couple of seconds was enough for Naruto. Basically, go under Kakashi and take the bells. It was enough for Naruto to troll kunai, which is the flying Raijin one, and she would teleport there and snag the bells. And do Rasengan into Kakashi's back. And yeah. Kakashi would say thanks. Thanks for hurting me. Okay, now they would get Sasuke in time to the rod, and Naruto would just tease Sasuke a bit, and yeah. And Shikamaru would feed Sasuke, and Naruto would say, I suppose I should feed him too. I pity you. So here, some food. As Naruto would give Sasuke some food and whatsoever. Kashi would do his thing, and he'd say, I told you not to feed him. As Naruto would say, drop it in the act. We know this is all about teamwork and whatsoever. As Kashi would say, fine. As they would go. As they did the reports on the team, but before Kakashi would go, when Kakashi untied Sasuke, Naruto just get the rope and tied Kakashi onto it and sealed his arms and sealed his chakra so he can't use chakra. And Kakashi's like, Naruto, what did you do? Why did you do this? This is completely unnecessary. Naruto would say, well, we were much later than another team, so until you come early, I will keep untying you to stuff and leave you there. As Naruto and Shikamaru and Sasuke would just go off. But hours later, Sasuke would still be there, and Julian would find him tied to the pole. Madka would say, "Kakashi, my eternal rival, what happened?" We're back, guys. Sorry for the pause, and let's continue. That guy would say, "Kakashi, my eternal rival, what happened to you?" As guy would say, "Hey, Kakashi's here!" As some Jonin would arrive. As a few would laugh, and yeah. Guy would ask, "Kakashi, what happened?" Sasuke would say, "Ugh." As Guy would untie Kakashi, and Kakashi would drop to the ground. He'll say, "Can you please call Naruto? I need these seals off me." As Guy would say, "What seals?" As Kakashi would point to some seals on two on his arms and one on his stomach. And by the way, I forgot to mention, Naruto, Sasuke, and Shikamaru pulled up Kakashi's mask. And Naruto just teleport to her home and get a camera and just snap a picture of it. So yeah, and they left and cover up the mask again, and they left Kakashi there. Kakashi would sigh and say, "I need Naruto to get these seals off me. I can't use chakra." As Zuzu would come and say, "So, what happened?" As Kakashi would say, "Naruto and her team passes, and Naruto tied me up for being late, and I tried to escape and try to fight back, but Shikamaru used his shadow possession jutsu, and yeah, that didn't end well. And they caught me off guard." As a few Jonin would laugh, and yeah. Russo would say, "Okay, so can you at least tell me the details?" As Kakashi would say, tell them about the details, and yeah. The other thing is pretty interesting, so I think we're going to pause this for the next. Sorry for the cut, guys. Now let's continue. So that would be technically it. So this will be my birthday special, and I'm now 12. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And yeah, this is my Raleigh signing off. 3, 2, 1, bye.